So, going live behind the scenes. I love this. Just waiting for my counterpart to show up, giving us time to let our audience attend. Looking forward to being of service today. Yeah, thank you for this beautiful opportunity to connect with other people, with love. You may be able to hear me. All right. We're sort of live. We have like a minute before we go live, and what we're doing is we're just letting our audience get notifications and stuff. Okay.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Me too.
Oh, wow. It feels nice to segue away, right? And then come toward. I changed it so that now it says questions. So we would like questions. And if you have a question and you're new to the thread, if you'll go ahead and pop your question in. Okay, we'll be happy to answer it. If you give us a general question or a broad ask, it's not going to go well for you. Right?
I'm crooked. I have my sideways. I wasn't sideways when I came in.
It's fine. Just go like this and then like this, and it'll reset.
Oh. Okay. Now I'm
You're
not
doing
busy.
great. No, I know, right? It's a lot like that. It is a lot like that. Well, Miss Sarah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing great. I am. I'm doing great. I have been very, very busy. Like every time I hit this new evolution of, oh, I got it, because I jumped into ego. And then I realized, oh yeah, it's a journey. It's not a it's not a destination. Yeah. So I figured what I would do is I would take my ruminations external, right? So that they don't remain just with me. And some of the things I've been thinking about is consciousness. Like I've really been exploring oneness, what my interpretation is, like all of the different interactions I've had with it, all of the meanings and sensory awareness and thoughtful and emotional energies that are all built into it. Yeah. So I've been going into consciousness in that way through a state of being. And I'm obtaining the state of being by noticing my surroundings, noticing my energy, beginning to mimic the frequencies that are around me or accept that I am those frequencies, right? Because that's really what's happening. And then I keep practicing that and practicing that and practicing that. And so I'm pretty happy because I can go in and I can focus my energy into like a love channel or a joy channel, and then amplify it into consciousness now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having a good time.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so there was another participant I saw too. Oh, there's 3 now. Okay, great. If you guys have like a question, we're just waiting for you to drop a question, okay? Just put your question in the comments and we'll do a reading for you. We're pulling cards. Sarah, you want to tell them a little bit about your background?
Well, I've been doing tarot readings or learning tarot for a few years now. And I absolutely love energy. But before I knew anything about energy, it was more of the our human ways of being. And I was so curious about why people do what they do, or, just past things that follow you into your now of today, like of your present time. And a lot of my life, I have experienced a lot of turmoil, but I've gotten to a place of understanding that that was actually for my growth. And it has amplified me drastically. And to now, I am able to help other people, take them outside of what they're in, and kind of a different lens they can look in the outside viewpoint in. It's hard when we're in it, and you know that, Lucinda, we talked about that today. So we use each other as a sounding board, me and Lucinda and
I
other
didn't
people
even use
that,
those words, but you got it in one.
yeah. So I love that I found this community of like-minded, so we can help
Like
lift each other.
practicing, like exploration,
Yes.
like everything. Kelly says, hello, ladies. Hello, Kelly.
Hi,
And then,
Kelly.
Kelly, if you have a question, if you want to pop
Yes.
the question in there, we'll be happy to answer your question. We're just time filling right now, but we are interesting, so it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, so
I do
I
tarot,
really
and
have known what?
I was saying I do tarot, and I love meditation, and I think I love music, and so I got into sound bath healing, and um, it's just very soul, and just all the things that just make your soul feel like alive. So that's what I do. All right. Hi, Sammy. Stagnant and anxious, can you pull a card for getting out of the funk? Okay.
You can read it today? Yay.
I can read it. Yeah, I don't know what
I
was wrong
fixed
with my
it. I
phone
fixed it.
before. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll have Kelly right after this. Okay. So, Kelly,
Okay.
there's lag time, obviously, but if people ask a direct question or if you want an energetic shift, we'll be happy to accommodate that. So, how about you pull the card and
Okay.
I'll do the shift? I think what it
Sounds good.
is a lot of recognition energy of like this. I think it's like a lot of energy that's been released that's still in the field, and I want to clear it. I think that that's what a lot of it is. Okay. And it feels like there was like a high point of energy, and now it's just like this, right? And it clears all that debris. So, psychic debris, that's what it is. Okay. For me, that seems more spacious. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm finished. You can go.
Okay. Thank you. So I have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups, this card is talking about our feelings, our emotions. There's a lot of water, which is our feelings and emotions. And the person here, he's walking away from the cups. So you're in a place of needing to, you're moving away, like you're done. You're like going into another place of trying to find another place of freedom and clarity. Um, so looking at this, I'm tuning into a feeling like you're in a spiral, like you're constantly in the same turmoil, and when is enough for you, and knowing when you need to step away, instead of just realizing that or thinking that, oh, if I stay on it and stay on it and stay on it, maybe you need to shift it. It doesn't mean you have to walk away from it, but it just means maybe look at it differently. Try to work on this in a different way as opposed to the way that you've been doing it, because it's not working. So not walking away completely, but maybe the way you've been handling things, try something a little different. Do it another way to try to solve the problem. It's not necessarily just leaving, if that makes any sense. So that's what I have with the Eight of Cups. So you're moving away from these feelings, and you're just like, okay, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to move out of this particular thing? Well, maybe what I'm doing isn't working. Maybe I need to try it different. So what do you have, Lucinda? What are you feeling?
Well, I feel that I feel that the individual is in an expression, and I'm sensing that there's several different experiences present in the emotional field. One that is somewhat resolving itself, yet it is representational of things that maybe haven't worked out life wise, and that feels like very like deep solar plexus, close to the soul line, the belly button, that kind of powerlessness. And it might be an interpretation of worth, but I think it's more of an energy. And I think the energy is buried in emotion. And I think that in order to gain perspective, allowing whatever the emotions are that are like holding you together, right? To just wash them away, right? Allow them to be expressed. If it's anger, look for a look for something you can do that is going to benefit your physical form and your mental and emotional expression without harming you, okay? But it should be physical, because it feels like you do need to get physical. When I looked at the card and she pulled it up and I saw the 8 cups and everything, and then all of the emotions everywhere, but it's like they're drying up, and this is infinity. So it's really learning how to deal with your emotions. It's learning how to go within, go into that shadow, and this is only situational. So situational energy means that you are the one who is the key. Spiritual lesson energy means that you're beginning to understand larger concepts of your experience, okay? Now, this is very nucleus. This is like you're right now, and this is how you're responding and being prompted toward what you're asking, okay? So it doesn't feel like this is tied to love, but you're trying to tie this feeling that you have, this experience that you have right now, this funk. You're trying to tie it to an external stimulus, and that isn't what's producing it. It's your internal guidance that's telling you, hey, hey, little help. So, and that's what the 8 represents, is like what comes around goes around. So basically, when you're in an emotional situation, no matter what it is, you find your metal, okay, or what you're made of by going internal and finding you. And that's what this feels like. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels more resistant to maybe what you might find, okay? And what you might find is a deeper connection and understanding of you, and you don't know who that is or what that will be. And that's always frightening, because when we learn more about ourselves, we fear that others won't accept us, because we're in fear of accepting ourselves in those new knowings, okay? So it's really a lot of practice of saying, I love you. All right. So a lot of I love you. I don't know what kind of ritual or exercise or what kind of practice you would like to do to be able to recognize like where you're at. That's always going to be helpful. Recognizing where you're at in the scheme of things. So You're in a funk. You've recognized where you're at, so you understand the energy you're in. You don't. You can ask yourself, do I need the why? Do I need the why? Okay. And if your body says, nah, that's okay. You don't have to dive deeper. Then you can ask another question. You can ask a question like, is it safe to let this energy drop to the earth? Is it okay to just let the earth, do her thing and transmute this energy with me into,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can relax because you're holding it. I feel you're holding it because there's nothing actually else other than your story, and you have to invent a new one in order for that to not feel that way. And you're not as powerless in whatever the funk is that you're feeling. Okay. And the lesson is more spiritual, all right, in connotation than physical. So maybe a belief that you've been practicing emotionally is shifting and you're learning that that's okay. You might describe it as lost innocence, right? And maybe what it is more found resource, right? And so, depending on how you tell the story of your experience, is going to be the empowerment of how you move forward. And that's the truth for all of us. When we use words that are inclusive and incorporative of mass, right, humanity, that allows us to not feel alone or apart. And when we think in those terms of community and how to be a part of, then that cures our loneliness. It allows us to understand that it's a choice to be in those other retrospective places, which are internal. And we're usually processing when we're doing that. Oh, she let go. There it is. That was good. Yay! We appreciate you as well. Okay, so now we're going to go back up to Miss Kelly. Okay, so we'll sit for a second, okay? And we'll kind of let the energy kind of subside. And, okay. Oh, okay. We like these kind of questions. We like these kind of suppositions. These are the best. All right. Okay, so we like to walk people through some processes. And so some of the processes are easy, some of them might feel slightly resistant, like we just stepped into your energetic field, okay? And again, we're feeling that same powerlessness that we were feeling with Sammy. That gives me an understanding that the thread is feeling powerlessness, and that means that we'll be shifting a lot of energy today so that we can go into knowing and surety, all right, and celebrate our possibilities, okay? And that's the kind of energy that we'll use to infuse the thread with perspective, all right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to, while we have you, Kelly, I'm going to use the energy of this thread to begin to clear people in their solar plexus. We're going to center in our heart space, in our heart chakra, in our fire element, our Holy Spirit, our holy fire. We're going to amplify that. We're going to burn away everything that isn't pure element, bring it into alignment. We'll bring that fire below water, our creation energy, and then bring it back across the fire and up above to connect to our belief system. And then we'll balance out earth and wood, all the physical aspects. And then we'll create understanding, metal, spirit, air. We're going to think and feel spaciousness, room around you. Some of you might cry, it's all right. We use words, so fun to use words. There we are. Okay. We're just going to add and infuse this spaciousness with love and acceptance, gratitude, joy. And while we're coming into understanding of one another and becoming the energy of that oneness, we're going to turn the faucets of our connections up greater and greater and greater. And those that we love that are around us, will turn their faucets up greater and greater and greater. And in the situations that we are participating in, we're going to turn those energetic connections to divine grace, all the way up. Thoughts, emotions, understandings, infused with more divinity, more of who we really are, our authenticity, and allowing that divine understanding to permeate ourselves. And we'll release spirit energy. All spirit energy, go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. Everyone, deep breath in and release. And then just imagine that you're coming into your body, like you're floating into your body. You're bringing more awareness of your spiritual divine self into your body. Keep going. There you go. We'll go ahead and ground a little bit. We'll keep thinking about coming into our body and how we're feeling the earth beneath us, feeling the earth beneath us, feeling the earth and feeling the earth and feeling the earth. There we go. Settling in. Perfect. All right. Give yourself ease. You're using words as frequency to change your physical experience. That's what we're doing together. All right. I'm suggesting an idea. I'm doing it with a certain tone and allowance for my practice. I'm allowing the energy that I can connect to, which is all. We are all. So I allow that understanding to be my truth. And I learn to manage all of the emotions that I come into harmony with because I'm present and I'm all of that. Yet now I don't have those charges that overwhelm me because I've done some inner work. And that's going to be for the rest of however long I'm present in this physical fucking form. My ego will have it no other way. So let's talk about right moves, right decisions. You know, I worked for Costco for a while, okay? And when I worked for Costco, all right, it was very interesting because they have these practices of the 6 rights to merchandising. And I would laugh and I would think to myself, you've already captured the flag by having the vendors in here and making them do things that they normally wouldn't, that they can't get anywhere else. That's already dollars, right? Okay. Right and wrong is a decision. So first, you have to learn to give yourself permission to make your decisions. And when you ask or say a statement or phrase the way that you have, you're recognizing limitation in your experience. Okay, so I'm going to read your sentence and I'll read it out loud and I'm going to read it as it is or was, okay, as it was energetically put there, okay? All right. Going through lots of changes and I'm not sure if I'm making the right moves. Okay, see how that feels to your body? Feels way different than the alignment that you just experienced, okay? All right. So now you know it's simply you're out of alignment. That's it. That's all it's ever going to be, okay? You're just it's like it's not quite 12 o'clock. All right. So both hands haven't hit the top of the dial yet. All right.
Mhm.
It's just not there yet. So what you want to do is you want to kind of relax and recognize where you're at. Okay. So you've made a lot of decisions recently, or at least you feel and think that you've made a lot of decisions recently, some of which you were resistant to, some of which you were aligned to, and some of which you felt subjective to. All right. All of the decisions that you made were perfect. Keep that in mind. They bring about the next result. And that is what a decision is for. A decision is perfection followed by action in result. Okay? And that's all that ever happens. Yes, we do have things that are tragedy. We do have things that are awful that happen. Yet, resilience is born from adversity. And in those adversities, we decide yet again how we want to continue to show up. And we do so from the things that we've experienced. Okay? Anytime we're going into a brand new to us experience, there's bound to be lots of other people around us who have had that exact experience. And that is not exactly, that's not really the truth. You're having your own experience in your own way. Okay. And because we're limited in all the things that we feel and how we discuss it, and all the things that we think and how we discuss it, we're limited to what we can experience and then bring that forward so that we can create similarity. Okay. So you're fine. The idea is this: are you happy with your decisions? That's the question. Are you happy with your decisions? And if you can be happy with your decisions, then life's going to be happy. If you're confused about your decisions, life will be confusing. All right? So get centered and look at your life. Just put it here like this. Put it all in front of you. Say, okay, so this is my life right now. I've made some decisions. I'm waiting on some things, but this is like it for right now. And you let your nervous system relax. When you let your nervous system relax, your whole body is sort of searching, okay, but not really. It's kind of relaxing. So you let your body relax, your nervous system relax. Okay, it's almost like you feel your energy sink all the way through your body down to like your feet. Okay, it's like the bottom of your feet kissing the ground. Okay, like that. Now you're in a better position to make a new decision, no matter what it is. Okay, you've already made the other decisions, and those decisions are perfect because they brought you to this space right now. All right, and now you get to make more decisions because that's called life. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do a card, okay? And let's ask you a card in this way, this kind of a question, okay? Let's ask, all right, is Kelly able to trust her intuition and heart? Okay, go ahead, pull a card. Let's find out, Kelly. You can feel we're all holding energy right now. I love this. Okay, so this says that is good, right?
You want to say it? You want to say it? Go ahead.
Well, what I see from the card, okay, what I see from the card is that what you're currently receiving, you're not satisfied with. So until you get satisfied and you get happy, and it's a choice because you have DNA inside of you, strands that self-regulate your emotional body, and another one that helps you articulate words, right? That have meaning, feeling. Okay. Those coupled, those two DNA strands, there's like 11, 16, they'll probably find, I don't know how many. Anyway, that's how many they're up to. Those help you experience life, right? They also provide choice. It lets us know that we're choosing how we talk to each other and how we talk to ourselves and how we create meaning and feeling around that, which is frequency and emission. Okay. And right now, you're not in a satisfactory place with your decisions. You're blaming your decisions on how you feel. And that is not a truth. That is not a truth, but you're practicing that as a truth, and that's why you're feeling disparity. That's why you feel like this instead of like humming, okay? Because you're practicing something that isn't universal law, okay? All right. So see how your body just relaxed. Wow, man, that took a lot. That took some shenanigans right there. Some shenanigans. Okay, now I'm going to pull a card. Wow. New ideas, new actions, new fire. You got it. That's good. That's really good. All right. That's really good. There's a lot of sacred geometry in this circles, so that way, no more lines, triangles. Everything looks very much in alignment, right? I think that was a really good card. It's very self-explanatory in a very wink wink way. All right. So I would say that you're getting into action. When you feel right about the action, it'll feel better. But you have to feel the way you want to before you get to the action. Otherwise, the action's going to feel how you're feeling when you walk into it, because that begins the experience for you. So feel good, just choose to feel good. Say, oh well, I really love that color, it's so great, let me go ahead and change that poopy diaper. Okay, whatever is going on in your life, you see what I mean? It's
Yeah.
as you tell it to yourself, that's as you live it. You are the narrator, the MC of your life. Okay, and how you say it to yourself, okay, matters, because you listen.
Well said.
Very good. And we are 4:10.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. All right. Bye.